Grand rising from here. All the patriots all over the world are bringing good tidings from the God of our ancestors, from the power that governs the new heavens and the new hell. My earnest prayer for you today is that you are totally well in all your ways and all the ramifications of your life. Please, in case if you lay your hand on this very broadcast at any given time, make sure you share among your friends. I told us before now, the event or what's going to be happening around the world, it is biblical. Our first commenter today, Honorable Bello Omo Osas, Wayokpa Womanu, Wayeva Womanu. All your heart desire, no matter what, God will grant it. Today's date is 18th, Tuesday 18th of June 2024. So it is breaking from here. It is going to be biblical. Then again, not my king. Oga Ekato, you are so welcome. Now we're going to be looking at Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO. Refuse to bow down or worship the golden status. The golden status set up by King Nebuchadnezzar. And I'm also going to be playing video to us, which one of our fathers shared with me yesterday. Even I was even on live broadcast, the video have already even got to me. Some certain people that were kidnapped in Urhonigbe community. I'll be playing the video to us. People kidnapped in Urhonigbe community and killed. Changing a negative narrative of yesterday. Then we're going to be looking at King Uzziah. Because what we are facing right now, it is biblical. We are going to be looking at King Uzziah. We are going to be looking at King Herod. We are also going to be looking at King Pharaoh. We are going to be looking at King Nebuchadnezzar. And do you know the most funniest part of it? The Bible is a very interesting storybook. Very, very interesting. If you read it over here, you know. But let's start up this very broadcast. First and foremost, by playing this very video to you of what happened in Urhonigbe community. If I don't talk about it, the heaven will not forgive us. Because this is the reason why we are here. I don't really know maybe whether I go don't taste more, but now within this period. So we are going to be listening to the voice.
What happened at Urhonigbe since 2 days ago now? I've been doing bushcombing in everywhere. We don't know that they have taken them far. We're surprised to receive a call today that one woman escaped the kidnappers in Owabe community in Delta State. They was even thinking maybe the woman is dead, and she pretended after receiving bullets. So immediately they left. She had to struggle out of the road. So a man who was coming from far had to rescue her home. Before any other thing, they have to direct everyone to the area they rescued her. We went there now. We see our 3 people dead body from Urhonigbe.
So this is what I think the people we know in these notorious arts have been the Fulani, and they continue with it. And our leader, they are not talking about it. The people that kills, we don't tag them in name. Up to now, they are in our environment, they are in our society. Do you know these same people tomorrow will also call the same community to use the animal to grave our crops in the farm? I don't know why we oversell ourselves out. I can't really get it. So I express my profound condolence to the family that have been affected. It is very painful that our life is not valued at home. That was why most of us today will still find comfort and still have millions of reasons to remain here in Europe, despite what we face at times, you know. Most of us, we left that very country 20 years ago, most of us 30 years ago, hoping that things will be fine before we come back. But today, we still have reason to remain in exile. So I don't really have much to say. I don't have detail about that, but as you just see, and I saw me seeing. So I think I've not seen it in anywhere in social media that it was talked about. Thank God for one of our parents in Germany who sent it to me yesterday. If I look at my phone, I know that such a message was on my phone, I would have been able to relate it to us. So what is happening today, or what we are seeing, it is biblical. The one first happened before. And we are going to be looking at it again vis-a-vis, historically, from the bottom up. The bottom up in the sense that we are seeing the numerous atrocity that King of old, what they do, and we are going to be comparing it to the recent development or the recent era. We are going to be seeing their contributions. I'm not going to be the one saying you are going to pass the judgment yourself. And the reason why I say this thing is biblical. Nobody told me about it. I was the one that observed it myself. The same way Nnamdi Kanu came out, people like Donald J. Trump, people like Sankara, people that have been murdered, people like all these Mobutu Sese Seko and the rest of them. Those people were not just bad person the way you look at it. Or to Idi Amin of Uganda, we are not just a bad person. Look at even up to Saddam Hussein was not that bad. It was the deep state, the US, and the NATO that named him a bad person. Look at Muammar Gaddafi, they were not bad. The thing is that when you does not do their will, what they do, they name you a bad name. Okay, look at it today. I can say one of the most best man in the world is me, because I fight for salvation, for humanity and redemption. But you see some certain persons, before you tend to speak the truth, they name you a bad name. So we are creating this enabling environment not for only ourselves, but also for our children. Now, I want us to go through some certain tests of the Bible. Let's first of all start from what King Uzziah did. In Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1. I don't want to quote it off here, but let me read it for you. He said, in the very year King Uzziah died, I, Isaiah, saw the Lord. This was Isaiah speaking. That is to say, King Uzziah was a stumbling block to Isaiah. And if you also take a look at King Pharaoh, who was King Pharaoh? At the initial stage, the first King Pharaoh were very nice. That was the one that crowned Joseph a prime minister in a foreign land. But when power don't change down, another Pharaoh came, he looked at it and said, who are these people? Because before they subjected us unto this suffering, today we do go domingo the children. Something happened along the line. It didn't just start. They related to our forefathers, the Mogiso eras. That was how they came. Why am I bringing this to you? I want to waken up our understanding, so that for most of us that are still losing emotion, you feel that nothing is happening. And you have to fight this fight by yourself. With your frequency, you are going to fight it. The kind of enabling environment that me, myself, I want, that's what I'm fighting right now. And this very responsibility to make sure we have a better environment, you are going to fight your own from your end. I fight my own from my end. At the end of the day, it will not be unanimously gathered together. Like the book of Exodus 3 verse 9. What did God say? He said, I have heard the cry of my children, that the children of Israel, how the Egyptians, they are oppressing them. It was not that very day they started praying. I told you yesterday here in the book of Exodus 12 verse 40. They spent 430 years in Egypt, that Israelite. Do you know God also told Abraham that look at what your children are going to be going through, your descendants. They've already know about it. You know that mistakes will come. That's why the reason why I intend to bring this topic today, according to the inspiration of the Spirit, is that so that every one of us should be aware that what we are going through right now, we have the right to say enough is enough. And it will end. If you choose to say, okay, now let it continue, my dear, we may end up being in this state of categorical species for a lifetime. It's like at times now, they say, Egbo here you kunu, Egbo very no where you make love, you know. Now so things of God be. You have your own role to play. The next person have his own role to play. Now, why did I refer to the book of Isaiah chapter 6? As one of the first verse we are going to be reading today, talking about King Uzziah. Isaiah were praying. Why is it that things are not working? The promises of God, we are not seeing it. Despite the fact that God have already taken us to a land that is full of milk and honey. Not knowing that King Uzziah, in the same land, he was not having a different thought toward the children of God. Then Isaiah began to pray. He began to advocate. He began to do activism just the same way I'm doing it right now. Then something happened. In that Isaiah chapter 6 verse 1, he says, since the year King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Now who were covering it? It was King Uzziah. He did not want the children of God to go forward. It is not every human being that you are seeing that are human. Some of them have already sold their soul to the devil. It is not all friends that you see that laugh with you, that have the same passport with you, that have the same residence with you, that drove the same car with you. Both of you was your best man in marriage when you did your marriage or your wedding ceremony or whatever. He might be having different thought towards you. If you look at it, everybody is using social media. What am I using my own for? I'm not using my own to create content and make money for myself. Rather than dishing out informations that are taught about the 6 million nonsense. Please, what we are using our Bible to do here is different, please. I don't like, you first of all listen first. What time they use the Bible till they do. I'm not using it to collect offering, rather than I'm using it to free up from mental slavery. Purity, Casey, you hear me? I'm not using it the way your pastor uses it or the way people use it to your family. I know what I'm using it for. This is how people embarrass me. I don't even know why I see that your dirty comment. Sit down and listen for 10 minutes. Whether you don't say sorry over that comment you are writing. It was weaponization that caused all these things. Bible is one of the best books you can read. There are a lot of fallacy inside. I've also teach up the fallacy here. I've teach up the fallacy in the Bible. I'm not trying to flee the blood of Jesus. I'm trying to compare what was written down and about the useless kings and presidents that we have in our society. Then you are there, Africa with Bible. What you want to free ourselves? You get book who want to free ourselves. What they do to know. If you are seeing so, you just they come. The first comment you are writing. Why not listen first? I'll listen for about 5 minutes to see where I'm going. At the end of the day, whether you know like this, even they find my number, may I pray for you for deliverance. Do you think I'm a pastor? I'm not a pastor. I'm an Archbishop of Activism. What I've used the Bible to do, nobody on earth have done it. Apart from people like G0NNA can. So that's that. Now, things became not fine when Uzziah died. That is to say, there are a lot of things that need to go away from our lives. There are so many things that we need to blunt out. That's why we are fighting. Now, despite the fact that the first king of Egypt, which was the first pharaoh, make Joseph to be okay. Even to the extent when Joseph later found out that there was now a famine in the land where they were living. Joseph invited his brothers and sisters while they were to stay here. Man. But when Joseph have died, the first pharaoh have also died. Another king, pharaoh, were inaugurated or were coronated. Then what happened? The pharaoh came and said, the second pharaoh came and said, no, these very people, who are these people? He said they are Hebrews. He said on a very good day they will join our enemy to fight against us. Now, if you look at our story with the two children and what's happening in our land today, it is similar. You know, 5% wait to be something else. Now, I do tell us here, go and Google the meaning. I know you are not going to see what I mean by Google. Go and sit down and think. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Ayobi say, Yazese. What comes to your mind when you hear such a thing? Now, we do hear say, Oyegboye. What does it also mean? And what does it also mean when they tell you that you go see your bar? Did they use it to frighten you, or is it a blessing? Go and answer that yourself. Now, we are going somewhere. Now, if you read the book of Daniel, 3 verse 1, we are not switched from Uzziah, what he did. We have already know that he was a stumbling block to Uzziah and his family and his people. And don't also forget, this very prophet Uzziah, he was a good prophet in the sight of God. He was not a king. Uzziah was not a king. He was just ordinary person that wants a better thing for his people. Now, if you also look at the book of Ezekiel 38. Isaiah 38 verse 1. This was the same Messiah God sent to go and meet Ezekiel. He said, put your house in order. This sickness is going to lead unto death. That to say, Isaiah was a very nice person, Prophet Isaiah. Now, why did this thing go what he go through? Why did this thing involve himself in marathon prayers, trying to make sure that he changed the negative narrative of yesterday? Because he have been able to evaluate that he has a problem. And these are some of the things that we have today because of indoctrination. One we just hear, say, give me my 100, my way Sameda. Like that guy that just came just now. Because you hear me quoting the Bible, you don't even know what I'm using it for. You begin to judge already. You don't always judge the book by the cover. It is not everybody that say God or that say Bible. Fair of all, look at it. Everything there is a Bible. Is the word of men about God. They can't put them together. Criminal talk for Bible. Witches talk for Bible. Omila talk for Bible. The Mobadas people talk on the Bible. So this was the same book they use in indoctrinating us. Their hypnotization weapon. I read the book of Leviticus 25 the other day. The reason why this king they are buying, they go into slave. Bible supported it. Go and look at the book of Ephesians. That guy that is showing attack. I was one of the first person who exposed it, particularly where we are from. Nobody have ever quoted. Go and check Ephesians chapter 6. Check it from verse 5 and 6. How the New Testament supported the slave. He said, obey your earthly master. Then what are we talking about? Now, that of Isaiah, let's leave it there so that we don't over-deviate. Now, the reason why I'm taking out to the book of Daniel, because Nebuchadnezzar, Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they played a huge role in the documentation of parts. Let me use the word gospel. The role they play always have a way of satiating our capacity or stumbling our capacity to take a deep breath and begin to think there's a miracle here. But it is more than that. There is something unique I want to let us know today. It's not all about when you are in trouble, they throw you inside fire and something happens. Let's look at area where they disobey the king. And why was the reason why the king set up that gravy image? That Nebuchadnezzar, even everybody that was there obeyed. It was only Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO who refused to obey the king. And you are going to also see the reason why most of us today are still there to say, you are not my king. I get that guy right now will be dumbfounded. You guys always want to attack. I can't get it. Now King Nebuchadnezzar made an image. That Daniel chapter 3 verse 1. Of gold, whose height was 60 cubits. And his breadth was 6 cubits. He set it up on the plain of Dura in the province of Babylon. We are going somewhere. I'm going to be cutting away some verse of it. And in my way, you are not even want you, mama, to explain it too much. Let it from the Bible. That very guy that is speaking, I guess, is from a Christian hope. He'll be very proud to say he's a Christian. He used to claim a Christian. Now, let you want to know the great Christian, because I don't already know, man. He does not want it. Now, that Daniel 3 verse 3. He says, so all those officials came and stood before the statue King Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Just see how big it is. All the officials, commissioners, DSS, GOS, all of them, they all gathered. Because it was a very huge feast in the Babylon. Now let's check that Daniel chapter 3 verse 6. He said, whoever does not fall down, or let me use the word bow down, and worship immediately will be thrown into the blazing furnace. They made an announcement, Pururu, with the sound. There is now, we are not set. Everybody have to portray before this graven image which Nebuchadnezzar has set up. There were 3 Hebrew men. There were 3 Hebrew men. There were 3 Udukweme in that very whatever they were doing, who said, everybody, we are going somewhere. You don't need to be in hurry. Don't be in hurry to attack us. Give us a geographical latitude. Now, let's go to that Daniel 3 verse 9. He said, they said to the king, Nebuchadnezzar, may you live long. Only Nebuchadnezzar will talk by because of this thing you have done. Now let's go to that Daniel 3 verse 9. He said, and that whoever does not fall down and worship will be thrown into the blazing furnace. They were threatening. If you don't worship this graven image, now you are not going to be expecting graven image mattered around you in some certain predicament or in some certain places when you travel. Narrative these days is not the graven image. Ogyonbaism is not the graven image. But you see people were in church day before yesterday. Maybe their pastor happens to read this. No, you don't need to bow down for devil. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they resisted. God promoted them. Why did God promote them is a question we need to ask ourselves. Christians are the ones that make us to remain where we are today because they don't even know the purpose why they go to church. They don't follow suit words in the Bible. They follow up the miracle. But I'm here to follow each of the events we read. The kind of drastic decision every man took and how we must have to apply it to our day-to-day life to also get the kind of freedom they get. That was why I titled this very topic today, He is not my king. That was the same notion. That was the same impression. Despite Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they were only the 3 Hebrew men in Babylon who took their stand and said, no, it's not lawful for us to worship the God Nebuchadnezzar has set up. Let's go to Daniel 3 verse 14. I get that guy with that comment. I've forgiven you. I know the verse for you. Now that Daniel 3 verse 14, he said Nebuchadnezzar said to them, is it true that they don't drag now? Everybody don't portray. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they were just standing. When they hear the sound, not even like this they do. They were just standing. Now Nebuchadnezzar, he now look at it, say, may they breed these 3 men. May they go call them. Why be say millions of people are just gathered here? Only 2 of you now. Now they say what talk by. Only 2 of you now. Only 3 of you now. Now they say what soon. Only 3 of you now. Now they call Princess Maria Belgiumba. Only 3 of you now. Now they ask us, say, how will the waiting be our use for the Edo state? Or what did the use of traditional ruler? Only 3 of you now. Come here. Daniel 3 verse 14. He said, Nebuchadnezzar said to them, is it true, Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, that you refuse to serve my gods or to worship the golden statue I have set up? I wish I was being an altar. Yeah, he go to display it. Now, we jump to our 15. Let's read verse 16 of that Daniel chapter 3. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO replied to him, King Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you in this matter. It's a decision already. We don't have anything to say. As you can see, With our body language, you have already know that we are not going to bow down to the graven image which was set up. It cannot degbe, we not degbe. He called them again. Nebuchadnezzar called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego again. Is it really true? Is it really true? They told him, if he please God, where would they serve? Say, may he save us good. If he say no, if he save us, Allah. Then Nebuchadnezzar called the army. The fire where you don't first sec down before you were babo bonok babodo. Or were babe guagun. According to this guy in Germany. Because what we say this day, we have to quote it according to them. You no time. He told them to go and heat the fire again 7 times. They heated the fire. They asked them for the last time. They said, we are not careful in this matter, Nebuchadnezzar. We will not bow down. He threw them inside the fire. He called his army. Come on, because right from time, it is their notion. So the character, some of the character you are seeing today among recent kings, it don't take where it starts. Those ones, they did not have Christ consciousness. You are the one that was why the story of Jesus were written down, that a day is going to come. That is the coming back where they say, you say Jesus Christ, they come. The consciousness will come upon everybody and possess you. And the people that don't have a no money, according to what written in the book of Jeremiah 3 verse 15, he said, I will be sending you a pastor and an advocate that will teach you with knowledge and understanding. Which is us. Which is me. It will be worse. Wow. I know they know why we don't want to understand. Whether I hatred or I don't know what we believe in Pastor Chris. You are the Christ that is coming. The awareness you now got. Your waking up is the Christ that they say is coming. He's not coming as in Jesus Christ again. No. The consciousness will be up there. What do we know about consciousness in this very platform? Was it not a belly almost 2 years ago? That one will know about consciousness. Did you ever hear about Christ consciousness in your churches before? He does, or did he preach about Christ consciousness? He never preached it. Because he did get the revelation. But you now see that we are already the one that teach about frequency here, energy and vibration. And Christ consciousness. They never told us. The difference between Jesus and the Christ. The Christ is the consciousness that is to say anointed one. You are going to be waking up, realizing your potential. That where you are right now is not where you are supposed to be. This was the same consciousness that were hidden in Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That was why they could confront Nebuchadnezzar and say, Sir, King, we are not careful in this very matter. Even though the God that we serve refused to save us. They heated the fire again 7 times and they threw them inside. Then Nebuchadnezzar was sitting down in his chair. He was sitting down, then he watched. Was it not 3 men that were thrown in there? But I'm seeing God inside this very fire. God Almighty, let me use the God of their ancestors, became the first person in the midst of the burning furnace. Became the first person. This is Emanati Ogionba. They were condemned. All of them were chanting. Ogionba, I get where they were throwing them. All the enemy, all the led, they were happy. Just the same way this guy went to Benin the other day. A lot of them will say, oh, boy, why ain't it? Ebo can't be na. Ebo magbe. We me ebo gbe ya. Ebo is a ebo mugedian. Ebo na 100 years. O mugedian. Ona wa lawe. One of the Agbewe that came out and say he put 500,000 bounty on somebody's head. Ebo na wa lawa. Ona wa yok power. Ebo mami wan gbogbe no tie. Now the fire look at it. Who am I going to burn? He did not burn Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They were now so comfortable in the midst of the burning furnace. But the God of their ancestors sent up AC inside the fire. Because why? What they were standing for. They were standing representing their own right and representing God. So that this thing may be put it down, as many of you that's the salt predicament, you know that there is a help on the way. Now how are you going to know that there is help on the way? when you does not think. Look at that, our brother, he just coming, African with Bible. And he does not even want to know what we are using the Bible for. But he will be astonished now what we are using it for. These are the major problems we are facing today. We feel everybody is the same. There are, King Benzema, Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, is also a king. If you look at it today, he may also have his shortcomings. He's doing well. The people, they are happy. They are not murmuring. He said when the wicked rule, the people, they suffer. But when the righteous, they are in power, in the book of Proverbs 29, he said the people, they mourn when the wicked is on power. Now, I'm still going to relate some verse in verse to you. Now, let's look at the book of that Daniel 3 verse 29. I'm just paraphrasing it because I don't want to lay emphasis. He said, therefore I decree, this was Nebuchadnezzar, after the whole saga, after everything, look at what Nebuchadnezzar said. There is also benefit when your disobedience is born again disobedience. One time I preached about holy sin. There are holy sin. Holy sin. The sin of Salobo Akayo. They put God on your neck. Because you are married, you don't want to treat on your wife. So when a place is war, let me explain this one in our Parokba language. And you really know that the first person they put gun for your neck, sleep with this very woman. Honor Lovieke, let even assume with CD with rubber or Lovieke. Then you were holding down, the person having to call you, my brother, I saw one here, my baby, Lovieke holding a cook bar. You are by punishment in order. Now, instead of you to commit the only sin and cheat on your wife so that you will be free, after you getting the true clue, now say, man, instead of you to commit that only sin and go home, you choose to hold on. The promises I made to my wife, I must count it. I must make sure it counts. I will not sleep. If you want to kill me. Automatically, you make your wife to become a widow. This was what happened in Liashaibu. Well, is it not Liashaibu they call that small girl? According to what we had, they born for Boko Haram now. Even the Jesus Christ that is not even existing, they say may deny Jesus. He said no. The rest of the people that deny, but if they born for terrorists now, why not commit the only sin, the one Abraham committed? After verification, why not also commit the holy sin, the one Isaac also committed? David also committed the same holy sin. So that may for save your life. These are the mistakes that we are making. Now look at what Nebuchadnezzar said. It was a king. King Nebuchadnezzar, look at what he said. In the book of that Daniel 3, verse 29. He said, therefore I decree that the people of any nation or language who say anything against the God of Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO be cut into pieces, their houses be torn into plaves of rubies, for no other God can save in this way. Will anybody ever through you and praise God? Do you know I'm a replicant example that you can do some certain activism and stay alive. Now, if God uses you to expose some certain things, test some certain powers. Now, if our brothers and sisters have not penetrated these people by using some certain word that which they say in the door is forbidden, but what did I do? They laid the foundation. Then I now start doing teaching on it. What will make the cause not to work? The reason why today history remember Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they display to the whole world, according to the story, that there are godly decisions that provoke heaven. It is not everything king say you have to obey. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO proving it to us in the book of Daniel 3, from verse 1 up to 30, that there is also a promotion when you faint unto whatever thing you are doing. Despite they've already seen the calamity that is going to come. That's why the person who has never one day in my life, irrespective of whatsoever it might come, they tell Nino Paragon, I will never call anybody Ogionba. I will give up the ghosts. It's not a part of me. I don't like it. I do not belong there. But people today, they feel it is something you should adopt. They don't know that name, the more you call people, the more your life debilitates. Because they use that name, that was the same name they use in selling slavery. Instead of you to run. Now, what is these people crime? Most of these slaves, they started submitting themselves because they never want to become enemy to the Oba or enemy to the palace. No heke no tele ile. But the one that is in Ghana today, that's in Togo, all Idu children that's in Togo, that spread all over the whole place. They choose, call me the name. It does not mean. That's why most of us today, we tend to speak the truth. If you want to listen to them, you cannot achieve anything in life. You living a life without you speaking the truth. It's like a G-Wagon without engine or without jabbers. You are living lives. No freedom of speech. You can't even talk. Even in politics right now, you cannot come out boldly and support Obaseki. Any name they call Obaseki, call Obaseki that same name. You cannot say no. Amen. I know ya wufu. I don't care. I was just on my platform. I only made my video the little I understand about the artifact. The useless idiot, he started insulting his head. But thank God I did not reply. But the little do we know, after some time he went to Nigeria. The people he supported did not protect him. Oh now, okay, look at another one again. Why does this is coming up? It is not everything, it's not all majority that are right. A king, Ayati pronounced born on Urhonigbe. But look at what happened with that Daniel 29, that Daniel 3 verse 29. Now let's go to 30. I've read the 29 already. Daniel 3 verse 30. He said, then the king promoted Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO in the province of Babylon. They got promotion upon their disobedience. We are not wanting for any of them to promote us. Don't get, that's not where I'm going. There is benefit when you are stubborn. There is benefit when you stand for what is right, irrespective for the person that projecting it. They disobeyed the king. We have millions of people. The rest of them that bow down, did they promote them? They did not promote them. Even Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they hold on to their faith. The same people who obeyed the king, who joined the king, they were even calling Shadrach, MESHACH, oh, Yoba, Wasuhu, they did not get promotion. The same people, Nebuchadnezzar now won. They not they me wa no few beg Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO. When waga away ba baruwe ho ni ya giagi wa ya ho. I will burn your life and your property. Or we or more rock baro no etin we gbe mi or wo salobo yana opologbe. Will anybody ever through you and believe on the God of your ancestors? I presented the God of our ancestors to Edo people. I was the one that presented Enika, and the address of Enika was in Ring Road, near Urokpota and Kyoba there. I presented it to you. What the God of our ancestors can do. What are you standing for today? As a Christian, whichever name you call yourself. We are here to change the negative narrative of yesterday. That's why our frequency here is very high. They know what they don't see. If the very day you will know, our mother goddess and everybody that stand to make sure things are changing, who is fighting today globally. You'll be amazed. So history will remember. The same way today we are talking about Shadrach. I'm only the one that have explained this Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO in this very manner. I related to our freedom. The rest of that person follow Jesus. The same person will know. This very useless boy now no win an enemy. The man in mention in here winner agbe winner. Ne Jeremiah moto ya Urhonigbe. He cannot teach this kind of a thing. Do you know today also call somebody Ogyomba? A pastor, but there are scriptures right from time immemorial. King have not been good. Look at King Pharaoh. All give Israel, all give Boshinto. But what later happened? Nebuchadnezzar make a decree. Unotayoya, onandotare. Whatever thing God has laid in your heart to do it. Don't look back. Don't go and become the wife of Elliot's wife. Who look back and become a pillar of salt. Don't look back. Concentrate on your calling. There's going to be a light after the tunnel. It might not be rosy right now. There are other Hebrew that were in that hall that was in Babylon. They all bowed down. Did they get promotion? No, they did not get promotion. Look at how Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO. And they were also promoted. I get most of them, they will be made the governor. And I do residential permit. That is it. But Anisha said when I started fighting ZZAR, a lot of person, even Nigerians said, do alien. Oh boy, all of them were praying. You commit yourself to it, does not make it to be right. No. You made mistake, does not make it to be right. It is not everything you put yourself that is right. Today, I'm no longer a conspiracy theorist. I now become a conspiracy reality. That's why today we are still presenting ahead of time. So that you can also still build up your immune system. Let that Christ consciousness to be in you. So that you will not be part and part of the people. They say the Christ is coming back. Jesus is not coming back. It is you that is going to come back with a different power and a different signs and wonder. Because now, you now know the only language of the universe is frequency. You have to wake up from your slumber. So, if I can still remember that name, Casey, Purity Casey. This is what we use the Bible to do. We use it to make sure our society that be decimated. And we don't always come and tell you, say, God will do it. You have a role to play. I will not just come and tell you, yes, 40, God will fight to fight, you hold your peace, my dear. Now you want to carry that gun. You have to say blow. What God does, when you fear panini, God will put energy in that very blow of our every 8-29 to Kano jet. A man in the 8-29, the B-52 is coming. 8-29, what I'm meaning. A B-52 no day. How you mean? Now 8-29, they don't sell of the Shiva. A B-52 day. It go to land. America year 29 to Kano jet. Here in Nigeria. Not be Italy that day. Here make 29 to Kano jet in Nigeria because Nigeria they are useless. 8-29. America is low. B-52 is low. Okpa was almost about billions of dollars. 8-29 already. The B-52 is coming. Any nuclear warfare there, you cannot bring it down. So be getting prepared. So Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO in their time, they were B-52. They carry a nuclear weapon. That's what we are seeing. This is what we are using the Bible to build up ourselves. We are not here talking about miracles. Now I'm telling you, let's so quickly look at what Herod did. Otherwise be Jesus. Because of the consciousness in our men. It was after Jesus, he fell from the womb. But King Herod will after him. And Urhonigbe. Now, check what all kings have done. And also compare it to your own king wherever state you are from. What is the difference between what we are saying right now? King Nebuchadnezzar, they will set us on it. They want you to worship that thing. They want you to have freedom. Look at the law they put. Nebuchadnezzar put in his own. He said, anyone no man worship half here. Look at it. When King Charles were doing it, you see some adult vaccinated moron. They will gather up themselves in TikTok at the moment. I was scrolling TikTok one day. I overheard one say, If you try the donor, you try the UK, or my way King Charles here. When during the coronation of King Charles, it is not my king. I was meditating. Well, today God gave me this very message. Early in the morning, Newty, tell them this word. Title it. It's not my king. This is where we are today. It's not my king. We're Mwakia. Mwakia, I don't need it. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they rejected. If God said, okay, now, Newty, if you reject it, good. What's it? Now, let's go to the book of Joshua. Finishing. They can no longer speak. They can no longer speak. Let's see the book of Joshua 24, verse 15. Let me just read it for you. Let me read it for you word by word. Let me read the book of Joshua 24 verse to you word by word. He said, and if it is evil in your eye to serve the Lord, choose these days whom you will serve. Whether the gods your forefather, your father served in the region beyond the river, or the gods of the Amorites, of whom land you dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the living God. This was Joshua. He brought two opinions before the children of Israel. He said, you choose. Why don't let this alien allow us to have a traditional referendum? If you want this man to be your king, raise up your hand. Then okay, we not king will Lagobona. Then while the only guy king will Lagobona, I will be the first Nonhaka Lagobona. I will say, yeah, he is not my king. They won't lie. They will kill you in a hurry. The reason why God allow people like us to come to Europe. I'm not interested about your properties. This is what I came here to come and do. Just to speak the truth, area we boba. Or ewe bona ma water na redo abo wa yeri me mare yari property e okpo. Owu se property a enemo. Ave modern yan wari kuwe na e. O ma water now just to come to Europe wado just to room. Then did any of you have service? I don't think so. I don't think we have service no normal 5 years without we doing. And one who are you born? But you could not feel where you're born now. Things are no longer fine there. No, that's not where we are going. Now let's check that Joshua 24 verse 16. He said, the people replied, far be it from us to forsake the Lord, to serve the other gods. All of them, they say no. My girl. Ave bonimado ave boni. Ave bonavi veda mure. Maga. We are going to serve the living God. Why not let us to say our mind? But the most disgusting thing about the Doilien, they want their father to be your father by force. I can't get it. No, they cut upon one Adwani. When the records are out there, are you guys key? You guys are lying. Transhumanism. How is it possible? They are just framing stories. And the reason why things have not been working fine, you are not with your real father. You are not with your real father. Now, they force us in Iduland, give us a different father. There are most of you, is your father, you are no problem. The problem I have today, I'm not comfortable, he's not my father. He's not my king. The records are out there. And nobody was supposed to be persecuted for that. Then a festival, but it does not stop me from habitating in the land that belongs to my father. We own the land. They are not the owner of the land. The land is for us. It's for our fathers. It's just that we have a handful of people who are not ready to be liberated. The blessing of God terminates labor. That's why today we are still migrating. I was talking to one honorable yesterday. He said, "Comrade, my brother, what you are saying about UK is true." And it's true. Did I need to even be there? I'm there in UK by frequency. I know what our people are going through. I know what everybody is going through because things are not right. Our land, our ancestral land were forcefully taken away from us. They give us the different father and give us the different ancestors. We, Nigerians, we were forced into relationship, into marriage, amalgamation of government in 1914. Where are we going from here? They forced us into this very marriage. Now we are forcefully also being in Europe today. We are not taking one particular right decision by ourselves. Most of us, we came to Europe because of frustration at home. We cannot even go home right now. They are still forcing us to be here, even when we are tired. That's the pre-Madonna syndrome. When Madonna is tired on stage, he's still trying to dance. He will not give up. That's pre-Madonna syndrome. This thing must have to stop. But so many persons, they are still feeling it as if, oh, now, you have not even started living the kind of life God wants you to live. That's why things are hard. Just the same way you see birds here. The birds never sow. But they have food enough for themselves to eat. Human beings, we are supposed to be like animals, more civilized than them. They don't labor. They don't labor. But here we are today, our suffering is increasing. I don't have it that Urhonigbe. I don't really know the period of time, maybe in the last week or last 2 weeks or last month. I don't really know. But you heard from the video. What are they doing about it? Even though thousands died, so far you don't read where traditional rulers stay. They are looking for politicians that will come and give them money, that's all. So right from time immemorial, king have been a problem in this world. And they have been putting people into captivity. But look at what happened to Nebuchadnezzar. When God now becomes the fourth person in the midst of the burning furnace, Nebuchadnezzar was here. He set down the record straight. Now this is also to encourage you, as many of you that is fighting for freedom. If you faint not, there's always going to be blessing like Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO that are going to come across your way later. If I want to even title this message, a godly decision that provoked heaven, I preached it before. I will also add a woman with issue of blood to it, who said that if only I can touch the hem of his garment, I'll be made whole. All these are decisions. But we are just playing. Most of us, we are 20 years abroad. What have we achieved? The house we finish, we can't sleep there. What about when it continues? Fight for the kind of environment that you need. You come to a time in the book of Habakkuk 2 verse 2. There was complaint in the province of Habakkuk. And Habakkuk called the people. And Habakkuk will always go to God and ask questions. God, your people is complaining. What is happening? Then God told Habakkuk, tell them this thing. Write the vision and make it plain. Although the vision is for an appointed time. Everything that has beginning has an end. Edo people, you do it good domingo to children. When are you going to put your suffering to rest? When? You have spent almost 900 years in this captivity. The children of Israel at the BIBL, they spent 430. When Moses rose up, I guess it was 390 years when Moses rise up. 40 years in Moses, and it was even the children of Israel. They embarrassed Moses. He met to Israel that were fighting. He was trying to settle them. Please, don't fight yourself. He said, come on, stop it there. You want to also come and kill us the way you kill. You will not see, say, you be murderer. You by the piece form, say you be obiegwa. Moses look at it. What kind of embarrassment is this? Iran. They don't why I saw one of our work basic for. Or when I be say Pharaoh go don't know. Made them for not trap Moses. Now Moses had to run. He went to go and spend another 40 years again in the wilderness. This time around Moses were not married. Before God called him again. In the burning bush. He said, I'm saying to go and meet Pharaoh. He said, I've heard the cry of my people in that Exodus 3 verse 9. How the Egyptians, they are oppressing them. In verse 10, he said, I'm sending you to go and meet Pharaoh. Let my people go. And Moses obeyed. Why did God still choose to use Moses? I can't say Moses Ogionba or Yalena. The people you call Ogionba today, they are your savior. Any person you see that they only name Ogionba, they are supposed to be your savior. They are just trying to kill your deliverer, and you yourself, you are folding up your hand. How long shall they kill our prophet? While we stand aside and look. These are the problems that we have. I want me no revenue. I deliver. Are you not wondering? This our brother in UK. When the Pharaoh phone leech on him, I declared the prayer for him. You don't know why I declared that prayer for him? Because he just embarked on the journey to also bring some certain people to book. He was playing a role. Up to now, he's still playing some certain role. The lunatic does not understand. And he himself may not even get no say na God they use. And you think say na just normal politics to play God. God is using you to correct one or two narratives. Things must have to be done well. But we don't care. After all, the more at the nature where they start naming people, the more they were calling people, the more I was doing that teaching. The more they were learning people, I was in solidarity with people. Why should I be hiding? When I've already know with my class consciousness, I'm no longer a baby in this old game. I'm highly inflammable, man. I'm not like every other person in this giant who believe on the Ople Kidn syndrome. I'm a different species, for real. Megire state of categorical species. I know when I've been there. So I will not say, okay, majority. Forget about it. Any person they are called Daniel, there's something unique about that person. The only way they can silence you to call you Ogionba. And when I go on, once they call you Daniel, oh, you just come for like this. That's why they use guilt. The best way a alien can fight you and dehumanize you, they use guilt. They use fear and indictment. At the time you are able to kill the fear, in indictment they don't care. Continue to speak your truth. You are no more a problem. Go and check everybody they call Ogionba today. They are no Ogionba. They might not be Maria Be Ogionba. They might not send the Maria Be ZZAR Ogionba. They say what to be in ZZAR. What is a crime? They cannot tell you a crime. Emmanuel Prince Okoro Yawame Ogionba. Emmanuel arrest Ogionba. There is no arrest warrant. Some group of aliens, some group of terrorists went and kidnapped that man. You know, you kidnapped the person. Because okay now, or call them on a live video. They were also the one, allegedly, who might have also sent the man, being that the man also believe in royalism. Okay now, call him now aboard dinner. Like there was a time, me with one guy in Germany, we were negotiating with one of our sisters, no more Zoyoto, in 2019. We were negotiating with one of our sisters, Mwezo Yoto. I look at it, I was having potential to tell the person, okay, no, slow, you can fight for this freedom in a different form entirely. You know? No, for example, now that person can't day line. You know, I don't hear, I will get back. If you even greet, then you'll be going back. A boss say, nana. And what you are lying to be in a society, there is a way to also consume you tomorrow. That way we have to call it. Ian Atio, like both of you that is commenting right now. You are the best. You don't know. You don't know the fight you are fighting. As soon as you comment in our video, we are talking to them. We might Karama. You are done. You don't even need to pray for your children again. Your children have a protection already. Home and abroad, you know. Anyone touch your children is touching the God of this commission. Before me and I might comment here. They might take commenting. Do you know how many people they frighten? But they can no longer do right now. They are not powerless. Because why? Persistency and resilience is what keeps us today. Let them bring it on. They cannot bring it on again. They are tired. Do you know, funny enough, if we are losing, I will not come and be encouraged by our encouragement. We are the one that is winning. They are the one that is losing. Our God is dealing with them mercilessly. Mercilessly. Even all these artists on social media, they are not giving them the real detail. He are not giving her detail. When the enemy do it, he say. When the powers not govern the heaven and the earth, they are not giving them details. But I have the details of how far we are going. I have the details. Where me the man do me all my meta cashing out in content creating. Because there's gain. There's gain, guy. Better life is coming. He can't come without we doing it. A gospel now today now become effective. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO played a very huge role by disobeying King Nebuchadnezzar. If not, the Old Testament would have been useless. If Moses have compromised his value, he does not leave the Medes in the palace. He refused the son of the palace. Yena do areza imega make a real yamena agbe Moses. Emani have fire you be live their normal life, but he never cares. That's why you have to forgo something for something. This is what people know. Emasonia wa la Nigeria. No, you are only Nigeria. It's why Nigeria yen. It's why Nigeria yen. It's so doje Nigeria na I don't well. Yes. Oh, when thing about anything area go do my job banner, for example. Umi right. Just because where some persons or we are money and the very day they call you down and you are blessed. You show that you are no longer a lunatic. You show that you are no longer under their coverage or that bondage in mental slavery. That is what it shows. But a lot of human, I doesn't need anybody to be around me. We don't say. But I'm telling you that what you are seeing is different from what is happening. The only way they can make themselves to be relevant. Yeah, they are crying seriously. Not even crying, Mommy Wasofia. They are mourning. So that's why you see now they are very loud. Imagine the people they call the name today. These people, if you are my way, okay, go and verify. Why are they calling them the name? These people, they are innocent for free. Because they just look at it that they will also accuse you, why are you not supporting us? No. Why would never Emaso? I guess where in Babylon those days, that book of Daniel 3. The same people now so when my dog been at the Nebuchadnezzar, Yage 3 Brumeni, Yama Badan, King whatever ni. The same people King Nebuchadnezzar win and Gagia. Or why the big man. I told them one day, now where your fathers may be watching what be a monarch, or monarch what temata. Unu wana tona. They will just be watching and say, oh monarch, despite the fact that, oh Wukana, what you am now here? They cannot even curse people like us, your fathers, or Damawawu. They are finding a way right now to repent. They don't know who they are going to call now. Where okay, Makiakpa, it's not difficult for them. They lose the fight already. Go and confirm now. Nene go to walao, wa social media man, wa talent. Wu wa wulo, wa me calamity idiot na. No mudia you nuro, nebolo we kobokan. That doesn't have a tradition. Thank God that's what they do. Idiot in race with him. This vaccinated moron. Something came out the other. That one was not sad. It was an exposition. But they told me all working in. Have you ever one day see me talk about? I don't even talk about it. But they told me you need to see them. They will just flip up. Go and look at it. Is that one a traditionalist? It's not a traditionalist. It's just like ordinary idiots. Do you know these are the same people now? ZZAR. I can't okay. Now you remember ZZAR. Now you saturate to now. For example, I'm just giving instances. For example, where there's atonement they need to do for them to live. I watch a go be on a warewebo. Kabe eliena. Abian if you face ile na ni duaro we here wu yan so. Ke let de na ke awa tian wa giagian ho. Awa you was suffer you to now. But my money done it. We doesn't need it. So their father is looking for where that we might relocate here. That was why they sent people to Tony of Ife the other day. That thing was a thing. They send them. Those people, they can never go down there and war. You can't try it. If those people, they are not going to only ban them. You can't try it and betray them and stay alive. You can't try it and betray these people and stay alive. Your loyalty, that is, or till death do you party, no? You can't try it. They send them. Here you got backfire now. Okay, now about the water film. Oh, you know what film now? A prank. A prank. They send them. They sent them. That's what they do. So please, my brothers and sisters, hold on to what that is good. Or where after the end, you are going to wear the crown of life. That is to say, there is going to be a battle that you will fight. At the end of the day, the crown of life will come. What we are doing today, we are not only doing it for ourselves. We are trying to change a whole narrative. The same way Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO was a part of parcel of the people that make what they now weaponize to become a Christianity or a way of life for we Africans. Then we now take it from my reason. Look at the role Moses also played. Moses played a huge role. Look at the role Esther also played in the book of Esther chapter 4. Well, Esther chapter 4, Esther was just addressed as every other girl or every other lady. But because of her decisions, because of her resilience, because of her dream, determination, Esther give up. Almighty made up a palace. Honor to become from honorary Esther become Esther the queen. It would have not been relevant today. He played a huge role. They adopted as a name. Also look at David. People gave birth and called their son David. Why did they quickly run and do that? Because of the huge significant role that David played by killing Goliath. Where me on to be Herod there? Where me on to be Pharaoh there? Where me on to be Uzziah there? Now go and check the name. People call their son Abraham because of the role Abraham played. Historical event. What role are you playing today? Will somebody want to bear your name tomorrow? There are people today now. Do you know? You are going to start seeing new things, very many in this very generation. You are going to start seeing many new things in this very generation. You are going to start seeing Maziuna the Kanu. Very many in this very new generation. Do you know why? Because of their huge significant role they played. Will anybody ever see your name? David Osemenge is here. Thank God he's presenting himself really as the David in RDAY. David Osemenge is a replicant, somebody that is watching us right now. His name is related to Bible. He's really in the struggle with his full heart. Right from time of rejection up till now. We are not losing any battle. Also look at Jesus, for example. I know because of the name, Urhonigbe, a black people mama boy bear Jesus. But Spanish people, they bear Jesus. Jesus or mean Jesus, they bear it. They bear it as a name, just like every other name. But we are no longer after the name right now. We are after the Christ consciousness, which govern, that's a part of the cosmos energy that govern the earth. So, please, let's make ourselves also as a subject matter. So that at the end, let's play the huge role. They say the sky is too big for two birds to have an accident. Even in your discussion with your friends, defend something. Esther said, if I perish, I perish. That's what he said. David said, who is this uncircumcised Philistines? Moses said, let my people go. Very radical set of people. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO said, we will not bow down, O ye king. Even though the God that will serve is spirit to save us, we will not bow down to you. Look at the historical event, the kind of what they created. Look at what they created. Have you ever wanted to see anybody be a pilot? Nobody wants to be a pilot as a name. Some people also be a Samson. Now we have our immediate David de Sauvé. Oh, Tioma Yomba. Esther via Tioma Yomba, we also who Esther. Nyeri level ni yala palace. Oh, I mean Moses or Tioma Yomba. You have a Bible or confront a Pharaoh. So what are we saying? We are bearing name. We are not ready to walk according. Now look at my name. Go and check what's called Isaac Newton. But Isaac Newton. He was a scientist, for example. And also check Maria of Activism. Are you not seeing me doing exploit? Yeah. At least resemble your name a little. Let not just be a name or whatever, or do you have a problem. We give suicide name to our children. They are not representing that name in any form. Huh? You see all Benin people today, go and look at their name and look at what they support. You'll be astonished. Huh? Allow people to go, you will never allow them to go. But at the end of the day, to conclude this very broadcast today, what Pharaoh did to do Pharaoh and obey Pharaoh. Pharaoh never survived a slavery no move Israel because you get warned. Just the same way we have been warned. We are not going to be coming to you right now to so but who know. That's why social media is there. I've did a lot of messages according to how God lays in my heart. If they refuse to let our people have freedom, let them wait for what is going to happen. And it will happen. Look at it. Pharaoh at a time, he let the children of Israel go. No. When it now check it, there were now lapses everywhere. Head of education, na children of Israel, they there. Everything they used to do, nobody to do it again. Or do they lapses? Or now we call a meeting immediately. He called all the best chariots according to the story in Egypt. Or when he had run after them, bring them back here. Pharaoh now was like saying, chaka, 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 chaka. He was going. And Moses over here, they were wandering about in the wilderness. In that very wilderness, they were not having other tests also. They had to also go through. Things were not going the way it ought to be. God was still trying to test who they are. People started murmuring. Moses, you will have left us there to die in the wilderness. They started regretting. That's why una been any struggle. The very day you start regretting, you want to start remaining of your word. The protection of Salobari or the effort or your weapon. Listen very carefully. If you are fighting for freedom, the very day you start regretting why you even started it at all, who were you judging where you were wrong over the right thing you have done, and God have also created security for you. Also, we ragmo. Also, we born in my way. My egbuwe. Them my dear, worrying. A new way worrying. You know, this what it did happen to the children of Israel. They started murmuring. Moses, you would have lived out to die there in Egypt. Who don't want to be baladia? Who said it back? Yes, who said it could carry on the master? They started murmuring. Moses, we are now wondering. Wabomo, you know, it's a normal thing. Also, Waban was Yegbe. Any year after Yegbe came Moses. He even come to a time when they now begin to insult the God. Those are not tewe. Those are not you where man suffering. Then God started killing the children of Israelites. God, because they murmur against God of Moses. Don't murmur. A freedom fighter right from time immemorial was not easy. Shadrach, MESHACH, and ABEDNEGO, they were drawing. They were already dead already. But they were revived at the end of the day. After the murmur, Moses now pray, God, who does it know, bo? Ya biya ni ale doka weru doki anti miafan or ya wegbelian, and God hearkened to the voice of Moses, and he told Moses what he need to do. Or we were directional. They started looking, all of them. They were not getting their healing. That was how it happens. On top of all that, the very first months in the Moses in wilderness, a Mary and that sister Moses in now. he lost his own sister, Miriam. The word is a Miriam. Nije, Gewe, stay here and see what happened to Moses. Moses, if you was it. He lost our elder sister, Miriam. Oma when he Urhonigbe, he continues the journey. But at the end of the day, what happened? Pharaoh looked at it and said, no, let's run after them. I see an in your Ogbe. He ran after them. What happened? They confronted the Red Sea. Moses looked at it. What are we going to do? God, give me instruction. He said, Moses, what's that in your hand? He said, a rod. Moses, you know you are a submarine. You want first survive water, and this is another water before you. Uka konkwa mene. Ami ezenegi on mi balo. Emi rokparo nu dasi etin o. Ni atalu popo no gwe ni. Ezena ga fian yeva. Ni Israel lo toke kangbera. That was how Moses stretched that very rod. According to how he was instructed. They walk on a dry ground. Then Pharaoh and his army, they look at it, yes. They say, because Pharaoh will targeted them. K1NG, so that we walk them back again. That was what is mine. But after God had performed that signs and wonders, then the enemy, which is Pharaoh, the Egyptians, they wanted to pass through the land. No, that is so dead, ni Israel lo toke kangbera, which we call the Red Sea today. Then after Moses, the last person was Moses did the same incantation again. The water cover of Pharaoh and his army. Cover them up. That was how they died. The same thing is going to happen in the land. If they don't want to free us, a lot of you did not know. The first prophet have come. Although give you one, home. Then honor the baby to Revedo A29 to Kano Jet. Honor it. But we know the B52 is coming. I told you guys before, when you come across First Kings, he refused to give you what you want. He traveled on. You wait for your Second Kings. You come across First Peter look at you and hate your money. A woman Moses said, wait for your Second Peter. What about First Timothy? He never interpreted your love, K1NG, you know. Instead of him to be the custodian of your ancestors, he now begin to malign a lot of things and allow a lot of things to keep on happening, calamity. Wait for your Second Timothy. What about First John? First John did not baptize you, wait for your Second John. What about First Corinthians? Then you have to wait for the Second Corinthians. That is how it is. You come and for First Samuel, what happened? He didn't treat you well. Why not? Everything in life always have alternative. So they think, when I told them this thing going to be biblical, they talk is a joke. A Bible play now. Let me round it up here by taking you to the book of the New Testament of this very injection that is happening today. It's in Revelation 16 and Revelation 13, chapter 13, 16 and 17. Is what is everything is biblical. So or biblical with global or with biblical with do. So we have done the little you can. What Moses was always doing was walking according to the instruction of God. So the instruction of God in Mandelele. Anytime God give me message, with your normal head, you cannot do this kind of message. No man born of a woman can create this topic. You can't create it. You can't create it. From tomorrow, man will be bow me and we line. Because no message. When I tell you at time we are sent this, a lot of you did not believe. You see the bed of roses. I must not have to have auditorium like Adeboye or Yedipo before you can value our word. So that's that. So this is how we're going to be ending today's topic. I pray for as many of you that are watching today. Ancient of days will continue to protect each and every one of you. I meant that I was all going to watch this video later. All your disappointment, God will turn it to become an appointment. All your bitter water, the powers that governs the heaven and the earth will turn it to become sweet water. All your sorrow, the ancient of days will turn it to become joy. Anywhere you go and fail before, anywhere you are failing your life, from today will continue to pass. That which God Almighty has promised that is going to be happening to humanity, the positive one that will better your life and the life of your children and your husband and your wife, will locate you in a hurry. All our founding fathers who was waking up to make sure we are alive, make we never be deaf ears. Anything or you might compromise this very struggle because of money, I blunt it out with the powers in heaven and on earth. I pronounce more energy, more frequency, and more vibration to you. That consciousness that you need to always understand our messages and begin to work in your 5D-dimensional consciousness, I bestowed it upon you today. I pray for all the children all over the world. The children all over the world, as many that is in this commission, if you are a Sagian, anything, any bad thing that influence children in the school, your children is exempted from it. You can never labor and be in vain. As you are working tooth and nail to make sure we have an enabling society. So at the end of the day, that society you are fighting for, you will do it there, you will enjoy it, and you will see your children. There are rumors of war everywhere in our locations. In wherever place we stay, there are not going to be earthquake, there are not going to be fire outbreak. So shall it be. Please, I want to put this short advice here before I cut off this very video. So many things are getting tougher. People are going to automatic depression. Please, take life very easy. Something good is coming. I want our Nigerian brothers and sisters, everybody in Nigeria, I tell you, Nigeria is going to be more crazy. If you check it today, things is on the outside. I was talking to somebody this morning. I said, I hope you guys might have losing a lot of new strength. Or guy you tell them, I said, no. Because I'm the kind of person that feel for other persons. Also, you know. So things are not really that okay. Particularly our people at home. There's not even food to eat. It ain't what we want, but we can still afford a little food. But all here we want to even put a pot of soup here, it's not difficult. They are lacking nutrients over there. And the demands, they are afraid to go to the farm because of kidnapping. So I pray that may God help our people at home. So what is to come? You know, but our people, they are doing whatever they are doing. But no, so please hold the line. If you are a woman, you do follow us. Follow us. Increase your energy so that we can have a save order from you. If you are a man, you follow us. Your grace can cover your immediate family, or save you, or save all we can. Always save one or two of your brothers. Never believe on this very mission. So that's what God can do. We have information with Mana. They also gather it, spread it around. Don't argue with anybody again, and I argue. So today's date is Tuesday, 18th June 2024. So from me here, I'm the Archbishop of Activism, the hero for democracy, an ambassador for good governance, CEO, Civil Disobedience Worldwide, CEO, Salvation for Humanity and Redemption, Baba of the whole man. I'm logging out. So if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel is IAICP TV, is our YouTube channel. IAICP TV is our YouTube channel. So for those of us that love to reach us at times, our telephone number is +34 631 056284. Our telephone number +34 631 056284. That's our telephone number. So from me here, bon dia.